Alright, what's going on? It's your boy OG, and we're playing some Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. I've been playing a little bit off screen, and for the most part, winning. I've conquered most of the lands. I'm trying to be a benevolent leader. I don't want to tax people too much. I don't want to have to fight rebel units or anything like that. And so for the most part, like I mentioned earlier, I focus heavily on the economy so that I can donate whatever I can to make the people happy, so that I won't have any rebellions going on through this whole game. So right now I'm doing a raid. I'm raiding a kingdom I had an alliance with, but it ran out. And I had requested some supplies from them. Not that I needed them, but because I needed to get that objectives done. And they denied me, so I am taking my revenge for their denial. And I'm going to raid their kingdom, and eventually I'm going to conquer it. Because, I mean, the main goal of this game is to unite all of China. Here they're trying to take my bases. That's how we take care of them here. Spam a shitload of buttons. It's a great thing about this game. I've always been a fan of mostly Samurai Warriors. Never really got into Dynasty Warriors, but as I mentioned, this is probably one of the better Empire modes. Oops. Uh-oh. And I really like the ability to use stratagems. I think that's makes the fights pretty cool. Like how I just healed myself. There's another one where I can make myself really strong to destroy towers in one hit, which is pretty useful because it seems like the computer loves to set these spot towers. Oh look, here is another officer trying to mess my base up. Whew, missed that fire strike. But yeah, so far I also got the Emperor to move into my kingdom, which really helps because it gives me about 10,000 gold every year for housing them. But eventually that's going to probably be a problem because I myself want to be Emperor so I can finish the game as the ultimate victor. So I might have to end up kicking the Emperor out of my lands so that I can be the ruler, supreme ruler of China. So I really like, making your own characters and your own clan and just taking over it. It's really fun. I ended up having so I married my girlfriend in this game, and we had a son, and I named Arthas after the Lich King. Because, I mean, when he was born, the forest cried out one name. That's why I named him Arthas. But he's got a little weak voice. He sounds like a kid even though he looks like he's in his 20s. It's kind of weird. But, I mean, nonetheless, it's pretty cool that you can basically create a character within the Empire mode that, becomes your child. There you go. Activated recovery turret. So together we'll use our special father and son. I want to go ahead and finish this campaign and start another one, because I did not put vagabond units in the lands, which kind of makes it a little easy because then you're only really fighting the kingdom forces instead of open. I mean, I fought one open rebellion, but that was only after I had taken a land province that was it was controlled by a kingdom, but for the most part the kingdom had lost control to a bunch of raiders. and they went ahead and they attacked me, but I was able to push them off, and I destroyed most of their forces, but their leader got away, so eventually that's probably something I might have to face later. You know, funny enough, the leader's name was Evil, and he had, I guess he had children, and all of them were named like Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all in Roman numerals. It was redonkulous, trying to like kill the real Evil. I mean, just imagine this, like how I'm surrounded by foot soldiers, but like surrounded by all those evil captains, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through 5. It was really difficult to like try to pick out the commander, but I did it. I was able to stop the rebellion. Right out after we finish this battle, you'll see that my kingdom takes up the majority of the China provinces. That was cool. Yeah, I really recommend this game for people who got like a hankering for hack and slashes, but also like the ability to kind of control things like your forces and the way your kingdom runs. But as I had mentioned before, I mean, it's not too in depth. Like obviously your total war and your shoguns are going to be like way more in depth. The units that you have, type of commanders, the type of flanking movements. But it is pretty badass playing this game. I recommend it. I mean, I'm trying to get some of my friends to get it because there is a online aspect to it. So like basically I could have my friend Peachy Parker or Kev B playing their characters, which would be awesome, but we'll see what happens. I mean, honestly, with all these games, well, mainly Fallout 76, it's probably going to be the thing I'm going to be streaming the most of in the next couple of weeks, because well, I'm sure everyone knows that when you reserve it, you go ahead and get a beta pass for the open beta, and it looks cool. I mean, it's definitely not a Fallout, but it's gonna be awesome. And as some of my videos have shown, I'm pretty a big fan of 7 Days to Die. I really like survival games like that, and the crafting, really, because you get to make your own world basically. And that's what I'm really looking forward to in 76, is building your own world, building your own base, with your friends, and the co-op play. I mean, that's like the only thing I ever, complained about Bethesda games, is they had no co-op aspect to it, and it would have been awesome. You just explored the wasteland together and whatnot. But I mean, now that's kind of what we're gonna get in 76. And I know a lot of people are talking bad about it, but as I mentioned, you can't really compare Fallout 4, New Vegas, or 3 to 76. Maybe you could compare Fallout 4 because of the whole settlement building, but we'll never know. So I do have a stratagem that allows me to break those things in one hit. It's called the Zura's Might. It is awesome. Like just like that, you saw me just mark that tower. So for the most part in this game, since my kingdom is getting so big right now, I outnumber most forces by like overall troops. I want to say I have like 150,000, which is probably like twice to 3 times the amount of the kingdoms that have active forces right now. But as far as like the battle, I want to say what you see there at the top. I started the battle with those 14,000 troops, and the Yangzing forces started with around like 11,000, and because of how many times I've killed their officers, they have no more troops. So I'll use my horse because that's what it's for, traveling. That's my horse. And here we go. There's my man Peachy Parker trying to fuck this base up. We're gonna help him out. One thing that is Another thing that is awesome cool about this game is that you can get married, which is cool. But you could also have sworn siblings, and that's just pretty badass. They become like your most loyal, you know, captains or followers in this case. And a lot of the computers have like offered, you know, they can bribe you so that you can either put them as a perfect, which is like a lord over a kingdom, or make them your sworn sibling. But I said, fuck that. The only people that are gonna be my sworn siblings are the characters that I made. And there you go, we won right now. So yeah, Pinche Parker is my sworn sibling, and Kev B is my sworn sibling, which is awesome because we have these little cutscenes whenever we improve like the marketplaces of certain kingdoms, where we're just kind of like walking through, having fun, you know, talking to the common people and eating those sticky rice cakes. So there, right there, you'll see I didn't take any allied damage, and the enemy pretty much lost all their troops in that. I damaged their region pretty bad, as you can tell, so it's just ripe for invasion. I could go ahead and wait to replenish my forces to go ahead and attack, but oh look, there's that evil guy I was telling you all about. And now I gotta go suppress it. What I like about the option to suppress the rebellion is you don't have to pick your forces. I guess it randomly picks the forces near you, and you just go ahead and get to go and mess those guys up. So I'm not gonna waste resources fortifying my bases. I'm just gonna kill these guys because for the most part they're just rogue officers. The online aspect in this game, I think it works as like a share. So for instance, like how I made my unit, the Rosato clan, I guess somebody might have made this evil clan or whatever, and once they make them, they're like uploaded. So it's kind of like cloud sharing, where all these units are shared for everyone, and that's playing the game if they decide to play online. And I have some characters in my kingdoms that are under my command that somebody else made. And funny enough, they made them after like Bleach characters. So I got Ichigo and I got Rukia, and I've even come across some dude that made some Game of Thrones characters, which I had seen a video. I forgot the YouTuber's name, but he made like all of the main characters, which is cool. Somebody named one of the characters Arya, and then they named one after her wolf, Nymeria, or Nymeria. So it's pretty cool. So right here, we're just marking this evil. See, but I think that's how you know somebody made it, because they put the girl in the bikini. Like, really, what is the need to put somebody in a bikini? I know like armor doesn't make a difference in this game, but at least for most of my part, I like to make it somewhat immersive. But here we go. Oh gosh, they're pulling up on our flank, so I'm gonna have to retrace steps. I might just give my officers the order. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here because it's gonna be about 15 minutes. I'll go ahead and save this game, and that way next time I broadcast, you guys could see the end of this battle right here. But thanks for watching, y'all. This is OGGreater Good Gaming. Go ahead and leave a comment down below if you got a game that you guys want to see me play. Like I said, as long as I can get it. But for the most part, if you guys want to see some Fallout 76 beta playing with my friends Pinche Parker and Kev B, because that's pretty much going to be our squad, let me know if you guys would be excited to see that. But thanks, y'all. Y'all have a good one.